Leo, what if I told you that in just 3 days, November 17 to 19, 3 unexpected good news are quietly heading your way? And one of them could change the way money, love, and confidence move through your life. I know that sounds like a bold promise. But if you've been feeling a shift lately, something stirring beneath the surface, then you're not imagining things. That restlessness? That sudden pull to click on this video? That's not random. That's alignment. Welcome, Leo. And welcome to Eternal Mindfulness, your sacred space where divine timing meets practical wisdom. You didn't land here by mistake. Something higher has brought you to this exact moment, and I need you to trust that. The universe speaks to those who are ready to listen, and your soul has already whispered, "I'm ready now." Between November 17th and 19th, a rare energetic window will open for you, a divine portal. And through it will come 3 quiet but powerful blessings. Not loud. Not dramatic. But real. This isn't about wishful thinking or fluff. This is about soul-level shifts backed by astrological alignments, tarot signals, and the laws of spiritual cause and effect. One blessing will touch your finances. One will reach into your heart. And one will awaken a version of yourself that you may have forgotten but that the world desperately needs right now. You're not just here to survive these days, Leo. You're here to reclaim something sacred, your radiance, your worth, your impact. But before we go deeper, I want to take a momentarily from the bottom of my heart to thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up to this space with curiosity and courage. Every like, every comment, every time you share or subscribe, it's not just an action. It's a signal. A sacred ripple that helps bring this message into the lives of others who are quietly praying for a sign, just like you were. Your support is the heartbeat of eternal mindfulness. And I don't take that for granted for even a second. So please, if you're already feeling something stir inside, drop a comment below to confirm it. Just say, "I'm ready to receive what's meant for me." Let's declare that intention out loud together. Let's witness it. Let's ground it. Because here's the truth, Leo, you have walked through fire this year. You've shown up, even when no one noticed. You've carried burdens you didn't speak about. But now, something is shifting. This time, the blessings won't pass you by. This time, you won't just watch others receive. This time, you are being called to the front of the line. Stay with me until the end of this message. Because what the universe is revealing over these 3 days, November 17, 18, and 19, is nothing short of extraordinary. You'll walk away not just inspired, but with the kind of clarity that moves energy. You'll see why the delays happened, what the silence meant, and most importantly, you'll feel your faith return in the most unexpected way. And just in case no one told you this lately, you're not crazy for believing more is possible. You're just finally aligned. Let's step through this gateway together. You've made it here, Leo, and that means something has already begun to shift. If you're still with me, still breathing into this space we've created together, then trust this. The first wave is already moving in your favor, quietly, gently, but with power. November 17th is not just a date on the calendar. It's a spiritual pivot point that initiates the first of 3 unexpected good news that will begin to unfold. And this first one? It speaks your language. It moves like you. It doesn't explode into your life. It flows in like water after a long drought. There's something incredibly sacred about delayed abundance. It's not loud. It's not showy. But when it arrives, it feels like relief. Like finally exhaling after holding your breath for far too long. On November 17th, we're seeing Jupiter forming a harmonious trine with Mercury in Sagittarius, and this trine also flows directly to Leo. What does that mean in real life? The fog starts to lift. Conversations get unstuck. Ideas begin to materialize. The doors that felt sealed shut just weeks ago, they begin to creak open again softly, but unmistakably. This is the kind of financial or material breakthrough that rarely makes headlines but deeply changes your trajectory. A project you shelved might suddenly become relevant again. A conversation left hanging might now resume with purpose. Maybe someone who once ghosted you reaches out not for drama, but for resolution, or even opportunity. You may not even be looking for this, and that's what makes it beautiful. You don't have to chase. You simply have to stay grounded and present enough to notice. The tarot cards confirming this energy: Ace of Pentacles and the Star reveal a powerful story. The Ace is always about new beginnings in the material world: money, home, health, job, opportunity. It's the seed. And the Star? That's hope after the storm. That's the moment when you stop asking, will it ever come, and start whispering, maybe it's here. The alignment of these two cards suggests not only that something good is coming but that it's arriving with healing, clarity, and divine precision. So why now? Because the work you've done seen and unseen has not gone unnoticed. Your quiet resilience, your ability to keep going even when things didn't add up, has created space for this new abundance to enter. You didn't get here through force. You got here through faith and consistency. And now, the river that was dammed up is finally flowing again, not as a flood, but as a steady current of possibility. This is a time to start claiming what's already circling you. And no, not in a loud, flashy, look at me way. But in a rooted, powerful, inner knowing kind of way. Grounded manifestation is the theme here. Write down 3 financial or material goals. Not wishes. Not vague dreams. Real, clear intentions. Write them. Speak them. Place them somewhere visible above your desk, on your mirror, tucked into your wallet. Let them anchor you, not to lack, but to expectation. Start each morning, just for the next few days, by sitting in stillness even just 5 minutes and saying aloud, I welcome every good financial opportunity that aligns with my peace and purpose. Say it with presence. Say it even if you're unsure. Because your willingness to believe is the seed. And that seed, once spoken into fertile soil, doesn't just sit there. It listens. It activates. It grows. And if you want to go deeper, lean into the energy of jade green this week. Wear it. Visualize it. Jade is the color of grounded heart energy, of generosity, balance, and calm attraction. It reminds you that true abundance doesn't demand attention. It just is. You're not manifesting by accident, Leo. You're reclaiming what has always had your name on it. And now, it's finally time. So be still. Stay alert. Stay grateful. And most of all, stay open. You don't need to push the door. It's already unlocking for you. When November 18th arrives, it won't shout. It won't flash neon signs or come dressed in certainty. But if you're still enough, quiet enough, you'll feel it. The energy shifts again. And this time, it's not about money or career or external recognition. It's about connection. Soul level, heart softening, time suspending connection. The kind of moment where you meet someone's eyes and something inside you whispers, "I remember you." Even if you've never met before. Even if you have no idea why you're drawn in. And especially if part of you wants to run, but another part knows you've been here before. This is the energy of Venus forming a beautiful trine with Chiron, the wounded healer. This isn't a romantic fairy tale. It's deeper than that. It's the astrology of healing through relationship. Of having someone enter your orbit not to fix you, but to witness you. To see the version of you that's been quietly growing beneath the armor. It's also the moon syncing with the north node, the point of destiny. This kind of alignment doesn't happen often. And when it does, it asks you to be present. To not overthink. To feel the moment and trust its timing. The tarot echoes this story with clarity. Two of Cups paired with the Lovers is not casual. These are cards of sacred connection, of mutual recognition, of mirrors being held up gently, not forcefully. They speak to relationships that feel less like a spark and more like a remembering. You're not meeting someone new. You're remembering a version of yourself you lost, reflected in another's eyes. This moment might come as a conversation that feels deeper than it should. Or a collaboration that flows so easily, it's like you're building something from a blueprint you've both held in your dreams. It could be someone from your past re-entering with a new energy, more mature, more aligned, or someone completely new, yet familiar. What matters is not who it is, but how you show up. Open. Curious. Grounded. And real. One of the most healing things you can do right now is to connect with your past self to bring her into the light. Write a letter to yourself from 1 year ago. Let it be honest. Let it be raw. And when you're done, burn it. Let the smoke rise as a symbol of release. Because the version of you who doubted your worth, who accepted less, who stayed silent when your soul wanted to speak's no longer in charge. The one sitting here, listening now, is different. You've grown. You've softened. And you're ready to receive from a place that's no longer rooted in survival. This is also a powerful time to shift how you communicate. Try this, next time someone opens their heart to you, practice listening without defending. Don't correct. Don't fix. Just listen. Truly listen. Because so many wounds in relationships come not from what's said but from what's not heard. And in this season of divine connections, how you listen becomes an act of love. To support this shift in energy, invite the color rose clay into your space this week. It holds the vibration of soft strength of vulnerability that doesn't collapse, but quietly expands. Whether through a shirt, a crystal, a candle, or even just visualization, allow rose clay to wrap around you like a warm embrace. Let it remind you that it's safe to be seen, truly seen for who you are today. And I want to ask you something, Leo. Has someone shown up lately who made you pause? Who made your soul tilt its head, as if trying to place a memory it couldn't name? If so, that may not be coincidence. That may be your sign. Tell me in the comments what moment recently made you feel, I know this energy. Let's make space for those synchronicities, because when we share them, we strengthen the field for others too. This isn't about fairy tales. It's about real presence. About letting your heart speak a language it was born knowing. And about finally being in a space where someone else speaks it back. By the time November 19th arrives, something inside you will already be stirring. Not because of a grand event or loud applause, but because you'll begin to feel different in your own skin. This day carries the kind of shift that doesn't scream, it radiates. It's the energy of waking up and realizing you don't have to chase anything or anyone anymore. The version of you who once tried to prove, to please, to fit, is gently stepping aside. And what's rising in her place is your natural, unshakable presence. The astrology behind this moment is striking. The Sun, the core of your identity, forms a precise conjunction with Uranus, the planet of breakthroughs and liberation. When these two meet, they don't just illuminate what's been hidden. They disrupt patterns that no longer serve. It's the kind of energy that invites clarity with a jolt. You might suddenly see, with overwhelming clarity, what no longer fits. And not with bitterness or regret, but with relief. You're no longer interested in performing a role. You're here to be real. That awakening is further amplified by the full moon in Taurus, a sign grounded in values, peace, and self-worth. Full moons are always moments of culmination, and this one invites you to stand still for a second and ask yourself, what is truly mine to carry? Not what others expect of you. Not what you were taught to pursue. But what feels right in your bones. In your rhythm. In the quietest corners of your being. The tarot speaks beautifully to this energy. The Sun and Queen of Wands. Two cards that don't ask for permission to be radiant. The Sun reminds us that joy isn't something we earn. It's something we return to when we stop holding ourselves back. And the Queen of Wands? She owns her space. She creates without apology. She knows her energy attracts the right people, the right opportunities, and the right timing, not by chasing, but by being. There's a freedom that comes when you stop trying to contort yourself into something more digestible. When you stop dimming your light to avoid making others uncomfortable. This isn't about ego, it's about alignment. About recognizing that the energy you've been carrying is already magnetic, already potent, already worthy. It doesn't need to be louder. It just needs to be true. One of the most powerful practices you can do right now is so simple it might surprise you. Stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes. Not critically. Not with a checklist. But with the same tenderness you'd offer a child or a friend. Place your hand on your heart and say, I allow wealth, love, and purpose to enter my life with ease, grace, and perfect timing. Say it even if you don't fully believe it yet. Say it because every cell in your body is listening. And the more often you speak that truth, the more natural it becomes to live it. You don't need to wait for someone else to validate your worth. It's already written into your energy field. But if you want to anchor this new level of embodiment, consider doing one small thing today that shares your light with the world. Maybe it's a voice message to someone who needs encouragement. Maybe it's publishing something you've kept in draft. Maybe it's saying yes to something that scares you just enough to grow. You don't need a big launch. You just need to move. And if you're looking for a tangible symbol to reinforce this new frequency, bring solar gold into your space. It's the color of the sun, of clarity, warmth, and sustainable success. It reminds your subconscious that your light is safe here, that your presence is needed. What's happening on November 19th isn't a switch being flipped. It's a soul remembering its power. And once you remember it, you can't forget it again. The world won't need to tell you you've arrived. You'll feel it. Not through noise, but through peace. Not through performance, but through resonance. This is what it means to lead, not with force, but with frequency. And you, Leo, are finally ready to be followed by the things you once chased. When you look closely at these 3 days, November 17, 18, and 19, you'll notice something subtle but powerful unfolding. It's not just about astrology, or tarot, or signs from the universe. It's about rhythm, sequence, divine pacing. And if you've ever felt like life is rushing at you too fast or not giving you enough at the right time, this part of the journey is here to remind you, real transformation doesn't arrive all at once. It moves in layers, like waves breaking gently on the shore, each one bringing something different, each one preparing you for the next. Numerology is often overlooked in the spiritual journey, but its wisdom is ancient. And over these 3 days, the numbers behind the dates mirror the energy we've already explored astrologically. November 17th reduces to the number 8, the number of material success, power, and karmic reward. It's a number that says, the seeds you've planted in silence are now finding their way to the surface. That financial flow, that opportunity, that offer, it's not coming from nowhere. It's the result of every quiet, disciplined step you've taken up until now. This isn't lucky. It's deserved. It's earned. And most importantly, it's sustainable. Then, November 18th gives us the number 9. A sacred number of endings, completions, and soul-level release. It's the day in the middle, the emotional bridge. The space where you let go of the part of you that doubted, feared, or resisted the love and connection now ready to enter. This is the energy of forgiveness, of release, of saying to yourself, I don't need to carry this anymore. Whether this is a story, a wound, or a version of you that no longer fits, it gets to be left behind here. The door to connection we talked about earlier? It only opens when your hands are empty enough to reach out and receive. That's what day 2 is for. And finally, we arrive at November 19, the number 1. In numerology, 1 is the start of everything. It's the leader, the pioneer, the spark that lights the match. And after the quiet breakthrough in your finances, and the emotional rebalancing through relationship, now comes the return to self. Not the old self, though. Not the self you've outgrown. This is the rebirth of your essence, the you that no longer needs to prove anything to anyone. The you that simply is. Authentic. Magnetic. Steady. When you string these days together, 8, 9, 1, you see a divine arc build. Release. Rebirth. That's not random. That's not coincidence. That's a soul-aligned progression that mirrors the way real growth happens. First, we receive what we've worked for. Then, we let go of what no longer serves. Then, we step forward as someone new, grounded in clarity and purpose. It's not always comfortable. Sometimes it even feels backward before it feels right. But this sequence is natural. It's how the universe moves when it's preparing you for something lasting. So here's what I'll say to you now, Leo. If this energy feels real to you, if you're noticing small synchronicities, if you're sensing something within you softening or stirring, don't ignore it. Lean in. You don't have to make massive changes. You don't have to force anything. But do take one conscious step each day. On the 17th, write down a financial goal that matters to you. On the 18th, reach out to someone you feel connected to, or write a letter to someone you're ready to release. And on the 19th, look at yourself in the mirror, really look, and say, I am new. I am ready. I am here. Small actions open big doors. And you don't have to rush. You just have to show up. That's how momentum builds, not from noise, but from quiet, grounded movement that says to the universe, I'm listening now. And the universe? It's already speaking back. One day. One number. One door at a time. By the time you reach this part of the journey, something inside you has already shifted, even if it's subtle. You've walked through the energy of financial movement, emotional connection, personal rebirth, and numerical alignment. But awareness alone is never the end. Awareness wants expression. Energy wants integration. And that's what this part of the process is really about, synchronizing what you've received with how you now live, breathe, move, and respond. Because knowing you're ready for change is different from showing up in the world as someone who is already changed. This is where most people hesitate. They feel the signs. They feel the opening. They even feel the courage rising. But then they pause. They wait for something bigger, something clearer. And they don't realize the big clarity was already given. In whispers, in dreams, in tiny interactions over the last 3 days. The universe has already spoken. Now, it's your turn to speak back. Through action. Through embodiment. One of the most grounding things you can do right now is write. Not to explain or plan, but to witness. Start with this simple prompt. I saw 3 signs over the past 3 days, and they were. Let yourself write without needing logic. Maybe it was a message, a song lyric, a moment that hit differently. Maybe it was a gut feeling you couldn't shake. Write it down. That journal entry is more than a memory. It's a contract with your intuition. Then, reach out. That person who's been showing up in your mind lately? The one you've been meaning to text, or email, or simply acknowledge with presence? Say something. Even just a, hey, you crossed my mind, just wanted to say hi. Energy doesn't need a formal invitation. It just needs a doorway. And connection, especially now, is part of your alignment. You don't need to know what it means yet. Just be the one to say hello. There's also tremendous power in giving form to your desires. Not by demanding them, but by designing them. Sketch out your future not like a business plan, but like a map your soul can follow. What does your ideal morning feel like? Who are you helping with your gifts? What kind of peace do you want to come home to? Don't wait for the perfect time. Choose one small thing from your map and take action within 24 hours. That one act tells the universe, I'm no longer just dreaming. I'm co-creating. And don't underestimate the sacred technology of your own body. Gratitude, movement, nourishment, these are not afterthoughts. They are doorways to vibrational alignment. Before bed, try this. Write down 5 things you're grateful for that day. Don't search for grand moments. Maybe it's the warmth of your tea, a breeze on your face, or the fact that you didn't give up. Gratitude resets your frequency to receptivity. It turns your energy field into fertile soil. Support your physical body as it integrates new frequencies. Try a warm ginger and turmeric tea. Clears energetic residue and supports your digestion, which is where the body holds and processes unspoken emotion. Get some gentle sunlight in the morning, even 5 minutes. The vitamin D and omega-3s work directly with your pineal gland and brain chemistry, boosting both your mood and intuition. Stretch your body in ways that open your heart space. Even a simple yoga heart opener in the morning reminds your nervous system, you are safe to be seen. You are safe to receive. This isn't about being perfect. This is about being present. It's about weaving what you've learned into how you live. No fanfare. No pressure. Just one breath, one message, one conscious act at a time. Because when the universe sends 3 signs in 3 days, it's not testing you. It's inviting you. And the way you respond shapes what comes next. Let your response be soft, but deliberate. Let it be small, but sacred. This is how energy becomes real. This is how a Leo leads, not by trying to control the light, but by becoming the one who shines it. Leo, you've come a long way just by showing up, be listening, reflecting, and allowing space for something greater to unfold within you. And as we stand at the threshold of these next 3 days, November 17th to 19th, something quietly but powerfully shifts. You begin to realize you are not waiting for light. You are the light. The signs you've received, the nudges you've felt, the truths you've quietly acknowledged, these aren't coincidences. They are invitations. They are confirmations. And more than anything, they are reminders that transformation isn't a one-time miracle. It's a daily agreement to meet your life with intention, openness, and trust. The universe won't always speak in dramatic declarations. Sometimes, it will whisper through a subtle opportunity, a name that lingers in your thoughts, a gut feeling you can't explain. And when it does, how will you respond? Will you pause and dismiss it, or will you breathe, center yourself, and move even just one step in the direction of that whisper? These next few days are not about pressure. They're not about proving anything. They are about alignment. Action doesn't have to be big to be meaningful. It just has to be true. So ask yourself, what am I ready to let in? What has been trying to reach me, but I've been too busy, too afraid, or too distracted to notice? What would shift if I simply decided, here and now, that I'm worthy of the life I've been praying for? You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to rush. All you need to do is stay grounded, listen deeply, and respond with one clear, embodied yes. That yes might look like sending a message. It might look like writing a plan. It might look like resting, or finally speaking the truth you've been holding inside. Whatever form it takes, let it come from the part of you that knows you are more than capable, you are divinely equipped. And if something in this reading spoke to you, if even one sentence felt like it landed where it was meant, let's anchor that energy together. Take a breath, and in the comments below, write, I am ready to receive my blessings, November 17-19. Not just for me to see but for yourself. For the field you're standing in to hear it. For the energy around you to respond. Every word you write is a seed planted in soil you've already nourished through years of growth, learning, and quiet courage. I want to thank you, from the heart of this space we share, for being here. Your presence, your openness, and your willingness to engage with these messages make all the difference. Every like, every comment, every share, it expands the reach of this healing work and keeps this channel, Eternal Mindfulness, thriving as a sanctuary for those who need it most. Your support doesn't just help the algorithm, it helps the message reach the hearts it was designed for. So if today something stirred in you, stay with that feeling. Let it guide your next move. Let it remind you that you are not chasing alignment, it's already arriving. And as always, I invite you to like this video if it brought you value, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to stay close to the energy that keeps unfolding here. You are worthy of what's coming. You've always been worthy. And now, the only thing left is to let it in.